Okay, so we're in our tomato house here. These are our cherry tomatoes, but what we do with our tomato plants is we trellis them. You see we put in wooden posts and rebar stakes, and we run lines across every about foot or so up. Basically, it keeps our plants upright and growing upwards so we can walk through the aisles, and just creates support for the plants. It's also easier when harvesting because we can actually see the cherry tomatoes and we're not kind of fumbling around on the ground. So when trellising, what we do is basically you lift up the whole plant and you run a line probably about, I don't know, foot and a half from the top of the plant, so that you're not too low that the plant is still falling over, but you're not too high that when this grows up it won't fall underneath one of the strings. It stays within the strings to keep it upright. Yeah, another thing that the reason that we trellis is so that the tomatoes are upright, they're not sitting on the ground. One, that helps with keeping the tomatoes clean, but also so they don't rot. Typically what happens if they're sitting on the ground and it's wet, that's what creates the rot. But also, one of the things with tomatoes that keeping them off the ground is that you kind of facilitate air circulation within the house. If they're all laying down, it kind of retains all that moisture. And one of the problems with tomatoes is that disease is transferred a lot through water. So actually keeping the plant upright keeps the tomatoes dry, less rot, facilitates air circulation and less disease within the plants. Get a better yield and just a better quality of tomatoes. Yeah, and when we pick tomatoes, you can find them at farmers markets on Saturdays. We'll have a variety of cherry tomatoes and also just slicer tomatoes and heirloom tomatoes, so it's a nice selection.